The Deadly Alliance had done the impossible. Earthrealm's greatest champion was dead. Shang Tsung and Quan Chi stood on the verge of reshaping reality itself, and only one defender remained. Raiden, knowing that failure would doom every realm, the god of thunder made one final stand. He unleashed the full power of his divine essence, engulfing the Dragon King's palace in a catastrophic explosion. When the dust finally settled, Raiden was gone. The Deadly Alliance had fallen, and the battle for Outworld had come to an end. But while the fate of Outworld was decided within the walls of that ancient palace, another story had already been unfolding, one that had begun decades earlier, a story built upon lies, manipulation, and the greatest deception the realms had ever witnessed. One man unknowingly spent his entire life carrying out the will of an ancient evil. He believed he had been chosen by the elder gods. He believed he was destined to save the realms, but every step of his journey had been carefully orchestrated from the very beginning. Before the Dragon King could reclaim his empire, before the Kamidogu could be united, before the realms were plunged into chaos, there was only a young boy, chosen for a destiny that was never truly his. His name was Shujinko. This is the complete story of Mortal Kombat: Deception. Decades before the fall of the Deadly Alliance, in a small village hidden within Earthrealm, a young boy dreamed of becoming a hero. His name was Shujinko. Like many children of his generation, Shujinko grew up listening to stories of the legendary Mortal Kombat tournament, imagining the battles fought by Earth's greatest champions, and pretending to face warriors like Shang Tsung and Goro alongside his friends. But unlike the other children, Shujinko refused to let those stories remain a dream. He wanted to become a real warrior. Recognizing the boy's determination, the legendary master Bo-Rai-Cho accepted Shujinko as one of his students. Day after day, the young warrior trained tirelessly, learning discipline, patience, and the foundations of combat. Bo-Rai-Cho saw potential within his student, but he also knew Shujinko still had much to learn. The realms were vast, and true strength could not be earned through talent alone. It had to be forged through wisdom, experience, and time. As Shujinko completed another day of training, he believed his greatest challenge still lay ahead. He had no idea that destiny was already watching him, or that a mysterious being would soon change the course of his life forever. Despite his determination, Master Bo-Rai-Cho refused to let Shujinko leave the village. The young warrior had trained tirelessly, but in his master's eyes, he was still too young, too inexperienced, and unprepared for the dangers that existed beyond Earthrealm. Disappointed, Shujinko turned away. His dream of becoming a true warrior would have to wait. But before he could take another step, a brilliant light suddenly appeared before him. From within the light, a mysterious spirit revealed himself. His name was Damashi. The strange being claimed to be an emissary of the elder gods. He told Shujinko that a great threat loomed over the realms, and because the elder gods could not interfere directly, they had chosen a mortal champion to act in their place. That champion was Shujinko. The young warrior could hardly believe what he was hearing. Everything he had ever dreamed of had suddenly become reality. To aid him on his sacred mission, Damashi bestowed Shujinko with an extraordinary gift. From that day forward, he would possess the ability to learn and absorb the fighting techniques of the warriors he encountered throughout his journey. Armed with this newfound power, Shujinko returned to Master Bo-Rai-Cho. Though skeptical, the old master agreed to test his student one final time. The two engaged in a friendly sparring match. and to Bo-Rai-Cho's surprise, Shujinko emerged victorious, satisfied that his student had finally taken his first steps toward becoming a true warrior. Bo-Rai-Cho granted him permission to leave the village. For the first time in his life, the path beyond Earthrealm stood open before him. Neither Shujinko nor anyone else could have known that the mysterious spirit guiding his every step was leading him toward the greatest deception in Mortal Kombat history. After accepting Shujinko as his student, Bo-Rai-Cho saw something few others did. The young warrior possessed an unwavering determination, a heart that refused to surrender, and a desire to protect Earthrealm at all costs, believing that potential could one day change the fate of the realm. Bo-Rai-Cho made an extraordinary decision. Rather than allowing another master to continue Shujinko's training, he chose to train the young warrior personally. His goal was to prepare Shujinko to become Earthrealm's next champion. For the next 5 years, Shujinko dedicated every waking moment to his training. He mastered new fighting techniques, strengthened both his body and his mind, and learned that true strength came not from power alone, but from discipline, honor, and wisdom. When Bo-Rai-Cho believed his student had finally become a capable warrior, he granted Shujinko permission to begin his journey beyond the village. But before allowing him to leave, the old master asked one final favor. His treasured warrior's medallion had recently gone missing near the fishing docks. The medallion was more than a simple keepsake. Throughout the realms, it had become a symbol of Bo-Rai-Cho's legacy. Many warriors recognized it immediately, knowing it represented one of the greatest martial artists ever to live. Wanting to repay everything his master had done for him, Shujinko accepted the task without hesitation. His search led him to an elderly fisherman who explained that he had found the medallion after Bo-Rai-Cho accidentally left it behind. The fisherman had safely stored it inside his home, but before he could return it, a group of thieves had stolen his house key. Without wasting a moment, Shujinko tracked down the thieves, recovered the stolen key, and returned it to its rightful owner. Grateful for Shujinko's kindness, the fisherman unlocked his home and handed him Bo-Rai-Cho's warrior's medallion. His mission was complete. All that remained was to return the medallion to his master. But before Shujinko could do so, Damashi appeared. The mysterious spirit advised him not to return it. Damashi explained that Bo-Rai-Cho's warrior's medallion carried tremendous respect throughout the realms. Any warrior who carried it would immediately be recognized as someone worthy of Bo-Rai-Cho's trust. Doors that would normally remain closed would instead be opened. People who would normally question him would instead welcome him, believing he was carrying out the will of the elder gods. Shujinko reluctantly followed Damashi's advice. For the first time, he withheld something from the very man who had devoted years to training him. Continuing his journey, Shujinko eventually arrived at the hidden temple of the Lin Kuei. The clan trusted no outsider. Only warriors who had proven themselves worthy were allowed to enter. When the guards demanded proof of his skill, Shujinko presented Bo-Rai-Cho's warrior's medallion. He claimed that Bo-Rai-Cho himself had given it to him as recognition of his abilities. The guards immediately recognized the medallion. To the Lin Kuei, only a warrior who had earned Bo-Rai-Cho's confidence could possess such a symbol. Without the medallion, Shujinko may never have been allowed inside. Welcomed into the temple, he trained under Sub-Zero, learning the ways of the legendary Lin Kuei. After enduring their rigorous trials and proving himself in combat, Shujinko earned something few outsiders ever would: the honor of becoming a member of the Lin Kuei. It was one of the proudest moments of his life, but Shujinko never realized that every step which had led him there, recovering the medallion, keeping it, and earning the Lin Kuei's trust, had all been carefully orchestrated by Damashi. And now, with the Lin Kuei placing their faith in their newest warrior, Shujinko was about to discover the first of the 6 sacred relics, Earthrealm's Kamidogu. After completing his training under Sub-Zero, Shujinko was officially accepted into the Lin Kuei, but becoming a member of the clan came with responsibility. A Lin Kuei guard informed Shujinko that several warriors were waiting for him to the west. They had discovered an object of great importance and believed its power could benefit the clan. To prove his identity when he arrived, Shujinko was given a password, Ice Dragon. Shujinko traveled west, eventually reaching a secluded cave hidden among the trees. A lone Lin Kuei warrior guarded its entrance. When Shujinko spoke the words, Ice Dragon, the warrior knew that he had been sent by the clan. He explained that the sacred object inside the cave was in danger. The red dragon had learned of its existence, and the Lin Kuei feared they would attempt to claim it. Shujinko was ordered to retrieve the object and return it safely to the Lin Kuei temple. Shujinko discovered a strange relic surrounded by a glowing green aura. The object was unlike anything he had ever seen, but unaware of its true identity. He believed he was simply completing his first mission for the Lin Kuei. Shujinko took the relic, then began traveling back toward the temple. But before he could return it, Damashi appeared. The spirit reminded Shujinko that although he had joined the Lin Kuei, his true loyalty belonged to the elder gods. The object he carried was not merely a powerful artifact, it was the first sacred relic he had been chosen to recover. Earthrealm's Kamidogu. Damashi ordered Shujinko to abandon his mission to the Lin Kuei and carry the Kamidogu toward the portal instead. Once again, Shujinko was forced to choose between those who trusted him and the mysterious spirit he believed represented the elder gods. The Lin Kuei had welcomed him into their temple. Sub-Zero had personally trained him, and the clan had entrusted him with protecting an object they considered sacred. But Shujinko believed the survival of every realm depended upon his greater mission, so rather than returning to the Lin Kuei, he obeyed Damashi. Upon reaching the portal, Shujinko raised the Kamidogu into the air. The relic awakened, opening a gateway into a place hidden beyond the boundaries of Earthrealm. Shujinko stepped through and entered the Nexus. Damashi claimed the Nexus had been constructed by the elder gods, allowing their chosen champion to travel between the realms. At its center stood several ancient altars, each waiting for one of the 6 Kamidogu. Following Damashi's instructions, Shujinko placed Earthrealm's sacred relic onto its altar. The moment it touched the stone, a new portal opened. Shujinko had recovered the first Kamidogu, but 5 still remained, and the path to the next would lead him far away from the peaceful lands of Earthrealm into a realm inhabited by tortured souls, Oni, and demons. With complete faith in Damashi, Shujinko entered the newly opened gateway and descended into the Netherrealm. The portal carried Shujinko into a realm unlike any he had ever known, a land consumed by darkness, where suffering never ended, and every soul was condemned to an eternity of torment. The Netherrealm. Even Damashi approached this realm with caution. He warned Shujinko that evil saturated every corner of the land, and that simply remaining there for too long could corrupt even the purest of hearts. Yet somewhere within its desolate wastes lay another Kamidogu, and Shujinko was determined to find it. Before long, he encountered an unusual warrior. warrior, a woman clothed in white, carrying a radiant sword unlike any weapon Shujinko had ever seen. Her name was Ashra. She revealed that she was once a demon of the Netherrealm, a servant of Quan Chi's Brotherhood of Shadow. But after discovering a holy blade known as the Chris, she began hunting the demons of her own realm. With every demon she destroyed, she believed the sword purified her soul, bringing her one step closer to escaping the Netherrealm forever. Recognizing that Shujinko was an outsider, Ashra warned him that ordinary fighting techniques would not be enough to survive here. She offered to train him, teaching him the skills needed to battle the demons of the Netherrealm. Shujinko accepted. After completing his training, Ashra tested everything she had taught him in combat. Satisfied with his progress, she entrusted him with another task. A Tarkatan warrior named Baraka had been sent to kill her. Because Ashra had slain so many of Shao Kahn's Netherrealm allies, she had become a target. When Baraka finally confronted her, Shujinko stepped forward. Together, they defeated the Tarkatan warrior. But Ashra's thoughts were already fixed on another enemy, a far more powerful one, a warrior known as Ermac. Shujinko eventually found Ermac wandering the wastelands. Ermac explained that Shao Kahn had sent him to eliminate a dangerous demon, but the Netherrealm itself was draining his strength. To restore his power, he needed a mystical artifact, the Soul Stone. Shujinko searched the wasteland until he found it, then led Ermac to its location. With his strength restored, Ermac repaid the young warrior by training him in the ways of combat. After proving himself once again, Shujinko earned Ermac's respect. Then Ermac revealed the identity of the demon he had been hunting. It was Ashra. Believing he was helping both warriors, Shujinko told Ermac exactly where she could be found. He had no idea. He had just led them directly toward one another. When Ermac confronted Ashra, she immediately mistook him for a demon, convinced that destroying him would further purify her soul. She attacked without hesitation. Neither warrior would listen to reason. Their battle shook the ruined temple until eventually they disappeared deeper into the Netherrealm, continuing their fight elsewhere. As silence returned, something caught Shujinko's eye. Resting where the battle had taken place was an ancient relic, radiating a mysterious power. Without fully understanding what it was, he picked it up. Moments later, Damashi appeared. The spirit smiled. Shujinko had unknowingly accomplished his mission. The relic in his hands was the Netherrealm's Kamidogu. Damashi watched silently as Shujinko placed the Netherrealm Kamidogu beside the relic of Earthrealm. For the second time, one of the sacred Kamidogu had been secured. The ancient Nexus trembled. Its dormant power began to awaken once again. A new gateway slowly emerged. Shujinko slowly turned. Standing within the shadows was a mysterious armored warrior. His face remained hidden, and without saying a single word, he stepped forward. Who was this mysterious warrior, and what were his true intentions? We'll uncover the answers in part 2. Because the deeper you go into the Mortal Kombat universe, the darker the realms become. Subscribe for more Mortal Kombat lore.